Hi guys, my name is Ayan. I am joined by my colleague Dhruva, and we are here to, we were here to review two practice games, but thanks to the heavy rains in Brisbane, it's now just one practice game. The India-New Zealand match, which was scheduled to be played at the Gabba, was called off because of heavy showers. So India enters the tournament proper from October 23rd, Sunday, with just one practice game against Australia under its belt. Now, without further ado, let's get started, Dhruva. It is perhaps not wise to read too much into one practice game, but we will try and wrap our head around it nevertheless. There's a very interesting dynamic forming in the fast bowling department. Mohammad Shami, who has replaced Jasprit Bumrah, bowled just one over against Australia, which was the 20th over. He successfully defended 10 runs and took 3 wickets. He looked good, bowled fast, landed those Yorkers right in the slot. What do you reckon, based on just those 6 balls, does he make the cut for Sunday's game against Pakistan?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's quite funny that Shami came in as a replacement, has bowled a lone over before the World Cup, and he's probably the only show starter right now in the Indian bowling lineup. And that brings us to who are going to be the other two seamers for India. You have Harshal Patel, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, and Arshdeep Singh to choose from. Well, what do you think? Like, who do you think would be the?
That's actually like the big headache right now, guys, because you look at Shami's figures. Now, Shami is exceptional at the death, and here I use the descriptor exceptional, going by his wickets tally. At the death in all T20s, for which ball by ball data is available, he has 61 wickets at an economy rate of close to 11. So he goes for runs, but he also picks up wickets at an average of 17.18. And if you take the numbers since 2021 into consideration, the average only gets better. It's below 15. The economy rate comes down below 10, and he has 23 wickets. So yeah, I mean, he's a sure starter. The answer to your question, who else makes the cut? I would perhaps go with Arshdeep Singh and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. I know there's an inclination to include Harshal Patel. Given his batting abilities, he would lengthen the batting by coming out at number 8. But yeah, judging by form, I'd probably go with a combination of Shami, Arshdeep Singh, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. What about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think first of all, coming to Shami, he bowled a great death over, but let's not forget he's one of the best fast bowlers in the power play. I mean, he was the highest wicket taker in the power play in IPL 2022.
11 wickets in 16 innings at an economy rate of 6.62. Power play figures for Gujarat Titans.
And again, coming to the power play, Arshdeep Singh he came into the Indian team as a death over specialist, but since then he has been brilliant in the power play, as we saw in the South Africa series. Completely ripped South Africa apart in that first T20 especially. And then obviously Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, he has been the most economical Indian bowler in T20Is this year in the power play. He concedes less than 6 and over. So I think Arshdeep and Bhuvi, going by form and their utility in the power play, should form India's bowling trio.
And let's not forget, and we're talking about the Pakistan game here because that's India's campaign opener really. It's going to be overcast conditions. There are chances of showers as well. So the new ball will swing as it has been in all the practice games and the Group A, Group B matches that we have seen so far. And who better than Bhuvaneshwar Kumar to exploit those conditions really? And Arshdeep Singh, beg your pardon, has also swung the new ball. So yeah, I mean it's a different kind of headache for India because if those three play, it'll be interesting to see who bowls how many overs in the power play and who's held back for the death. As we just discussed, Shami has got some very good figures between overs 17 and 20, and India would want to have at least 2 overs of his. In comparison, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has had a torrid time, especially bowling the penultimate overs, be the Asia Cup or more recently against Australia. Arshdeep Singh, again, will be interesting call for Rohit Sharma. Does he bowl just 1 over of him in the power play and then save more overs for the death, or does he bowl 2 in the power play or 2 at the death? That's anybody's guess at the moment. But yes, it does look like the pace bowling makeup will be Mohammad Shami, Arshdeep Singh, and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Moving on, do you have any more inputs on this?
No, I think that pretty much forms India's.
Right. So now that brings us to the next question. The match will be played at MCG. So who is the specialist spinner going to be? Will it be Ravichandran Ashwin or will it be Yuzvendra Chahal? I've got some numbers in front of me here. Now, right arm off break figures at MCG in all T20s since 2021 are thus 8 wickets at an average of 55 nearly, at an economy rate of under 8. For leg break bowlers at MCG, again for the same phase, it's 43 wickets at an average of 27 and economy under 8. So statistically speaking, of course, Australia historically hasn't been a happy hunting ground for finger spinners who tend to, favor leggies also because of the boundary dimensions. But who do you think will make the cut for the game against Pakistan? Do you think Ashwin has a better chance at the moment?
See, going by pure statistics, it's actually going to be a big headache because despite the traditional matchups that we have in mind, both Ashwin and Chahal are good. Ashwin is also good against right-handers.
Right.
Chahal has also good figures against left-handers, which normally isn't the case for off spinners and leg spinners respectively. So yeah, going by numbers, well, conditions in MCG seem to favor leg spinners, but I'm not so sure about who they would
pick. Right. So I think.
But yeah, maybe with considering Pakistan has 4 potential left-handers in the top 7.
Right.
Ashwin might just make the cut, and also Chahal off late hasn't been a regular feature in the Indian 11.
Correct. Now that he's brought up the 4 left-handers, the potential 4 left-handers in the Pakistan lineup, let's not forget where does that put Akshar Patel in the equation? Because Akshar Patel, the one practice game that was there, he didn't bowl. He was India's power play option as well against Australia. Didn't bowl against South Africa in power play. But the fact, and we saw the predicament that India might face with Akshar Patel during that last T20 against South Africa, where De Kock and Riley Russo got going, 2 left-handers, they were in the middle. Well, matchup suggests that you bowl a left-hand spinner against a right-hander. You don't bring him on when 2 left-handers are going ham and tongs, and that's exactly what happened. So India was forced to hold him back till the 13th over. By then, South Africa had pretty much set itself on course for a big total. So against Pakistan, that could be a challenge for Rohit Sharma, which is why I also feel that Hardik Pandya's role will be so crucial, because you've got 3 fast bowlers and 1 specialist spinner, so that's about 16 overs out of the way, assuming that happens. And then you'd expect 4 overs out of Hardik and Akshar Patel. So if Akshar doesn't get going, or I feel Akshar will be a sure starter given the paucity of left-handers. Let's not forget there were during the first practice game there were images of Rishabh Pant's heavily strapped knee that surfaced. So we don't know what the fitness levels of Pant are, whether he will be ready in time for the Pakistan game. So given the shortage of left-handers, it also looks like Akshar will start just to break the continuity of right-handed players. But if he does have a bad day with the ball, we would require Hardik to bowl his complete quota and make up for Akshar. So yeah, I mean, as good a build-up as India's had so far, they won the T20I series against South Africa, they won the T20I series against Australia, and also the lone practice game. It looks like there are no short of headaches at the moment.
Yeah, and it's funny that before the Asia Cup we were talking about India's batting makeup, and now we are like bowling seems to be the concern, but hopefully the warm-up match and the series preceding that, as you said, would have solved a few questions, especially on the bowling front.
Right. Well, that would be all. As I said, the weather doesn't look great for Sunday. There's an hour before we shot this video, there was an 80% chance of showers in Melbourne, and if it does happen, fans on both sides of the aisle would hope for at least a 5-over aside, if not a complete 40-over game. But it all boils down to how India will fare, doesn't it? After the early exit from the last T20 World Cup, the hopes are high. They have shown a willingness to change their method in T20 cricket, which, well, funnily enough, despite arguably having the best T20 league in the world, the national team's methods, leave a lot wanting. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they catch up in terms of the methods with teams like England and Australia, who seem to be embracing the methods, who seem to have embraced it already, and the grounds, of course, the dimensions of the ground will also come into play, won't they? The fast bowlers, for instance, MCG has larger square boundaries and shorter straight boundaries. So, as a fast bowler, you would want to force the batsman to play cross-batted shots. Shaheen Shafridi is back in reckoning as well. He played the curtailed practice game against Afghanistan. Looked good, landed those Yorkers. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there will be a few nervous faces in the Indian dressing room at the moment, especially remembering what transpired when the two teams last met at the T20 World Cup in Dubai. Yeah, I mean, different times, different forms. So it's proving to be a pretty interesting build-up, and we'll be keeping a close tab on the proceedings. We'll be having live updates from the game, a live blog, and all the necessary build-up for the marquee clash. So please stay tuned. That will be all from our side. This is Ayan Acharya signing off with Dhruva. Thank you so much.